Nigerian Army laments police brutality in secret letter, says soldiers are being killed unharmed. Welcome to the news, and please subscribe to our channel. It is also mandated to evaluate and present evidence surrounding the circumstances and draw conclusions as to the validity of a complaint raised. Now, the news in detail. The Nigerian Army says it has started an investigation into killing and assault on its personnel by officers of the Nigerian Police Force. In a letter dated October 23, 2021 to all formations and units, the Chief of Army Staff called on military officers to forward all recorded incidents of police brutality against personnel of the Nigerian Army. The letter, exclusively obtained by Sahara reporters, was signed by Major General J.A. Atuagba, titled Evaluating Incidences of Police Brutality Against Personnel of the Nigerian Army. It is also mandated to evaluate and present evidence surrounding the circumstances and draw conclusion as to the validity of a complaint raised. The letter read, "The Nigerian Army is constitutionally tasked to provide aid to civil authorities when called upon. This responsibility has occasioned conducting joint activities with members of the civil and paramilitary organizations. This joint operation with other security agencies, particularly the Nigerian Police Force, creates occasions for the police to equate its hierarchy with the Nigerian Army, and this often led to friction, especially at lower levels. This friction has occasionally led to bodily harm and in some cases death to our troops. This is in spite of the fact that the victims have been identified and established to be servant personnel. This department is therefore conducting an evaluation of these occurrences with a view to establishing the frequency and recommend possible remedial measures to stem the tide. Consequently, all Nigerian Army Corps, formation and establishment are pleased requesters to forward all recorded incidents of police brutality against personnel of the Nigerian Army." The letter read, "Evaluating incidences of police brutality against personnel of the Nigerian Army. 1. The Nigerian Army is constitutionally tasked to provide aid to civil authorities when called upon. This responsibility has occasioned conducting joint activities with members of the civil and paramilitary organizations. This joint operation with other security agencies, particularly the Nigerian police, creates occasions for the police to equate its hierarchy with the Nigerian Army, and this has often led to friction, especially at the lower levels. The friction has occasionally led to bodily harm, and in some cases death to our troops. This is in spite of the fact that the victims have been identified and established to be servant personnel. This department is therefore conducting an evaluation of these occurrences with a view to establishing the frequency and recommend possible remedial measures to stem the tide. Consequently, all Nigerian Corps formation and establishment are pleased requesters to forward all recorded incidents of police brutality against personnel of the Nigerian Army. The report should cover the last 2 years, returns to each NLT 8th of December 2021, and should be forwarded using enclosed format. Police brutality is common in Nigeria and was responsible for sparking the EndSARS protest in Nigeria last year. Nigerian youth in October 2020 took to the street to protest against extrajudicial killings and brutality by the police, especially by a unit of the police known as the Special Anti-Robbery Squad. Permit me to say, where is the lie now? Where is the lie now? Where is the lie now? Imagine the Nigerian Army coming out to say that the police is also brutalizing them. What a wow. Please permit me to turn to siren. Wow, 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 wow. Can you imagine that? Like, can you imagine that? Ha! This one, my dear, my shock absorber, it remains small, make you know absorb this one. I almost exploded. So this thing that the people have been saying during that EndSARS protest, during the EndSARS protest, a lot of people were brutalized, even in that protest. A lot of people were brutalized. They were doing the protest. People were shouting, "Nah, they should stop the protest." You see that it was for your own good. Did you see? Can you see it? And even as the results came out, people are still being brutalized. You see? They'll be doing something. Some people will be saying, "Nah, nah." Because of what? Because of what? For what reason? The army. This one is even shocking me. Army is now saying the police is brutalizing. Both of them, they are both brutalizers now. Of course, they brutalize the citizens of Nigeria. They do that. They harass you. They do you anyhow. They manhandle you. And they will even tell you, well, there's nothing you can do. If you like, talk. If you talk, we shoot you. Of course, it happens. What is the fate of the average Nigerian? I will ask. What is the fate of the average Nigerian in a case like this where the army is now coming out to say, oh, the police is brutalizing us? What is now the fate of the average Nigerian? At this point, the government should consider deployment of able vigilante men and women to secure our soldiers from these attacks. They need safety too. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I don't understand. Is it police or police policy? Ask me. Oh, this one they get as a B.